No.
It's a whole out.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a whole out.
Yeah. Because I was going to talk to you about really quick the breakdown, but we'll email you, no worries.
Okay, I'll call you in an hour. I love you, bro.
You too. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye. Nice, thank you, brother. And then we can kind of be free, and then you edit it later, right? So if we say shit out of pocket,
If
right?
there's anything you say that you want us to take out, just tell me.
It's not, so we can just
Let's just talk.
cut. We can say whatever, right? So,
Say
no,
whatever
okay, all right,
you
cool. Yeah, no, all right.
And this is always for you guys.
Oh, that's really.
We had to, I didn't realize I just grabbed this jacket. My homie gave me, I didn't realize it was a little bit messy, but it should be fine. We had to run to the oil change today. You can't tell? Should I take it off? Because it look a little fuzzy.
Man, you look good. You're a star, man.
This is my homie's brand. I just grabbed the jacket and then I realized,
What's that brand called? What's the brand?
Duckets.
Is that
Yeah. I'll make the.
That looks good.
This is older shit. He got some really dope stuff. I'll make sure he got some stuff.
My boy Iakopo in the
My
house.
guy, Johnny Ortiz.
Hey, what's up?
Yes, sir.
Coming through and having dinner with us.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So Iakopo showed up, and we have yummy food today from Spitz and some Mediterranean food. Apparently, this is your favorite food.
It is my favorite food. I got the falafel plate. Johnny hooked me up with extra olives and pickles and extra
That was a
sauce.
special request.
It was a little bit of a special request, but he came through, and that's why I love him. I'm glad to be here.
I know. Let's eat.
Okay, look, in Japan, before we eat, they say itadakimasu. It's like their little, give thanks. So I'll just do, that's how I always do. So itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu.
Hey, yes, give thanks for the food.
So
Yeah,
you're part
Japanese.
Japanese?
So I lived in Japan so long that I'm kind of like
you basically
the
Oh, you
culture.
adopted
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I lived in Japan like 7 years. I speak Japanese. I grew up in Samoa, so I speak fluent Samoan, and and that was kind of the culture. They're both Asian cultures. So Samoan is like Asian Pacific, and then Japanese is like
It's interesting. I know in Japan they have a huge following of the how they dress all.
You say Yakuza, right? Yeah, that's my peeps.
They dress like zoot suit style too, no?
Yeah.
They have a
They
big. They
love
bring
Latino
lowriders over there.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. They do all that. They have like a like subcultures and like real serious subcultures of everything. So you'll have like the Latino Japanese. You'll have the Black Japanese. You'll have the what I mean. You'll have the headbanger or punk rock Japanese. You'll have all these little the reggae lovers.
Yeah, so they're influenced by the U.S.
I mean, their culture is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that I think the Japanese culture it's been intact. It's been intact for so long, and it's so detailed. So they're already really locked in with their culture. But they like to embrace a little bit of other cultures, and they get excited about
I
it.
believe in Japan they don't tip too as well, no?
No tip.
Why?
Because you're paying for it's their pride. No.
Yeah, I've seen some people when they try to give them money, they're like, no.
Yeah, because they want to show the service, the honor, and the integrity and the pride. That hey, when you walk in the store or a restaurant, they're bowing to you at the front and they're offering you like a hot wet towel to wash up, and they're okay, Visa, they're bowing to you, all that stuff, and then because they just want to show that real experience of love, hospitality.
That's really
So Spitz, have you tried the food from Spitz?
Shout out to Spitz.
You love.
I love this food, bro.
So have you tried this before?
I've never tried Spitz before. This is my first time, so I will give it a food review. But it's my favorite food. So
I believe you got the
Mediterranean platter with falafel.
Yeah.
It's all vegetarian. Oh look, you got the falafel over there
the
too.
falafels, right? You got the.
I got the toquitos with a D. So it's a spin on the Mexican
Wow.
Taquitos.
And what's inside?
Just carne asada. That's basically just,
She wanted beef, man.
She want to eat that. She gonna get that. She gotta. It's not easy. To keep up. You gotta, to look like this. She gotta put in the work.
That's right.
Lots of hiking, lots of running, huh?
I do, a little bit of working out.
Or do you have just a good metabolism? Or what's it called?
Is it metabolism?
And you can just eat whatever and just look good?
Well, no, I do intermittent fasting.
Me too.
That works.
I do that every day.
That really works. And today's kind of like my cheat day, though.
You gotta have a cheat day.
You've been doing music for a cool minute, man.
Yeah.
I seen you doing stuff with 2 Chainz, man. I mean, you're killing it, man. Tell some of the people start dropping these mics on them. Man. A little bit of the history you've done.
The first big one that I did, I did. So I linked up with Russian. He's a big reggaeton producer, like down south from Jamaica. He's one of the biggest producers in the world, and I love his sound. I mean, he's like the OG legend, and so he started producing me, and that's when things really started getting crazy. We did a song with Shaggy. We did a song with Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz. I did 2 songs with 2 Chainz. A song with Lil Wayne. We dropped a song recently called "Feels" with Neo. That was fun, and a couple more. But let me think if there's any.
Shout out to the boy Paredados.
Oh yeah, my guy Paredados. Yeah. My
killing in the game too as well. It's always good to have friends like that and have people around you that are supportive and stuff like that.
For sure, you gotta have that. You gotta have that. Family circle.
We said we weren't gonna bring him no falafel, but he's over there eating falafel, right?
That's good.
You had it before? Is that your first time?
Never.
What'd you think about the food?
Wow, it's really good.
Yeah, I'm not very like a vegetarian type of food, but
Not
I'm kind of
really.
like forced to eat it, because of the fact that I have to be healthier. But it's really hardly when you can find a vegetarian place that really like brings the flavor to it. Like itself when you drink Perrier water, it tastes like there's no soda, right? So when you have some flavor and make some flavor in it,
This is very. Let me just go ahead and get it on with the food review. Very flavorful, very juicy, very live and vibrant. And I would have to say this is the best Mediterranean bowl I had in the last 6 months, for sure.
I like it.
So when was the last one you tried it? Or
So there's another place. I'm not even going to give them the light because they didn't bring me no food like this on the podcast. So I'm not even going to give them the light. But there's another one ain't too far from the house. I hit up every once in a while. But I think the Spits take the lead on.
all right. So doing music, I mean, what else? I mean, I feel like you're a man of all trades, man. Like what's something that the audience you can tell them, or something that they don't know, or something that's new that's dropping, or also like knowing about your career. How's your career started? I mean,
let's see. I got an album dropping in February called "Feels," and it's for sure my best album yet. It's got a vibe. It's got a whole like little sound to it, where it's like kind of a theme. Like every song, like just like it's like like a movie soundtrack. Like everything connects. There's a very nice continuity and like certain sound that the whole album has. That I worked on it for about a year. So I'm real excited about that. It's dropping in February. I do got the track with Neo on there, and I got some surprise stuff on there.
so make sure y'all check it out, man. February's dropping. Right?
Yep. Feels the album February the album is dropping and it's called Feels.
So you're gonna be out here for the holidays?
I'm gonna be out here for the holidays, and then I'm off to Canada mid-February, and then Japan in March.
Okay.
And then I'll be back here at the beginning of May. I'll be back to America. So I'm here until mid-February.
And then are you gonna be touring over there, or?
Yeah. So I got a little tour in Canada in the middle of February, and then in the beginning of March, I'm in Japan. And I'll be touring in Japan for 2 months. And I'll be back over here ready to fuck it up with my bro Palidados, man,
Yeah.
you know. And we're gonna have to turn up at the mansion.
We gotta get them shoe boosters though. You know,
Shoe boosters, really?
Give them like 3 or 4 inches taller.
Damn, really?
Because we're gonna get them in the modeling world. You know.
Modeling.
They're-
Well, look, we just gotta make a rule for the ladies and tell them no high heels. And with that.
No.
But don't be coming up here with no high heels, bitch. You're trying to look up at you like that, like.
Boy has good fashion though. But
Yeah, he does.
he doesn't.
To tell you the truth, the outfit that he have on right now, he hooked me up with that outfit because remember the last show that we did in like a couple Tuesdays ago, right, in LA. Well, so we did that show, and then the next night, so I crashed. We crashed out somewhere, and then we had to be off in San Diego for the show the next day. So I didn't even have time to go home. So my bro came through with the bag, with the Gucci bag, with the clothes all in there, and then he had the whole outfit all set up. And then so he's like, bro, don't even trip, I got you. And he all these shoes and all this stuff, the jacket, everything, he just brought it back from my house, but it's his shit. I was like, oh no, I got it, I already washed it already. So okay, he crashed in my crib last night, and so we could be over here. So he so he laced me up with that gear and shit to do the show in San Diego. And then we was out last night grinding, and so now he ended up getting his shit back.
I love your fashion though.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
This is so dope, man. Like,
Now, and oh look, and my guy Duckett's here. Let me see. Can you see?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Where are they from?
San Diego. That's a real bro, real Don, San Diego, and it's all family. And he's actually the one who introduced me to Fatal. When I was out there with him rocking, he was like, bro, I got Iakopo out here, you gotta go. So Fatal drove out there to come meet me about a year ago, and then that's how we kind of like.
Well, shout out to Fatal too, for holding it down, man. Part of the squad, man.
Yeah, that's my guy, Fatal, and we also dropped a track called "It's a Movie," and we're shooting the video for that mid-January. So that's
it's gonna be busy, huh?
We got to do that one together. We
Yeah,
gotta do that
man.
one
Let's
together.
do it, man. I'm always down for that raza for the family.
Thank you, bro.
Is there gonna be acting in it?
I think there is.
Let's do it. It's a movie, so we have to.
Yeah,
right. It's a movie.
Right. He said movie, Angee.
We need a movie star. We have to do it at, I told Fit, I was like, look, we should just do it here. I was like, look, we got the movie star, we got the crib, we got everything's already here. Just show up.
Yeah.
Where are you talking about?
At the crib, yeah.
I mean, you seen the music video
King
you
of
did
the
with
Hill?
Paredados, the music.
Top of the Hill.
This is Mexico, right?
Yeah, everywhere. Crazy.
Paredados is in it, Hazel's in it, Fatal, and I was in it too as well. I'm just happy to be part of this too. It's fucking
Incredible.
You guys gotta watch it. I mean, it's dope, man. And I was checking. I be bumping the music. Sparrow, dude. I love that song, dude. I be bumping it up in the mansion, dude. Just
Thank you, bro.
dancing the night away, man. Like seriously.
It's not hard to let go. You're high like sparrows. I need your best love, just like the Nero.
That's
Out of Rio de Janeiro. Hey, you know what's crazy is I mentioned Rio de Janeiro, right? And I just called it Rio de Janeiro, and I just clowning. And then about a month or two after the song started releasing, I started seeing the streams in the city, because you could see each city where the song's streaming, and it's like one of the top cities now, Rio de Janeiro, from that song, like crazy. Like, oh shit! So you never know, man, what song is gonna be that's gonna take off, man.
And then another thing I want to talk about. I feel like there's a beauty in every struggle, and you've made a success in being a great musician, an artist, touring around the world, having music all over the world and internationally. And just like what's something as what you can tell the people that like growing up, how you grew up, that made it difficult to you, and the obstacles that you kind of had, and how you made it to this point, like.
That's a crazy thing. That's definitely a whole episode for sure. I was born out here in Orange County, California. I was kidnapped as a child, like a paid kidnapping. And and then they took me on a little. They smuggled me into Upolu, Samoa, a third world country, on a little Cessna plane.
Do you remember this?
Of course.
I mean, how old?
I remember. Do you remember Pepsi Clear?
Yeah.
So Pepsi Clear. So Pepsi around in the like late 90s, like going almost maybe 98, 96, somewhere around there. Pepsi came out with the Pepsi Clear. So it was like, It was like the Pepsi, but it looked like Sprite.
Okay.
And it was all a clear bottle. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
I was really born, man. Around 96. That's when I was born.
Oh, really? Goddamn.
Tell me about it, man. It's good. I want to hear about.
I think 96. Yeah, somewhere around there. And they smuggled me into the country on.
How old were you?
I was 15.
Oh.
Yeah. They passed me around. Yeah. They passed me around. My family passed me around a little bit. A few families. And before that, and then they ended up paying some people to kidnap me on my bed as a kid. This is a true story.
Wow.
True story. You can look it up too. Place is called Paradise Cove where they took me to in Iakopo, Samoa. It ended up being shut down by the government. It was a behavior modification camp. Yeah. So they did full on brainwashing, full on like all kind of shit. I'm doing a movie. Let's do it together. And we're also doing a docu-series. But yeah, so that's how I got to Samoa. They smuggled me on a little Cessna plane that was full of Pepsi Clear. It was me and 2 other guys that they brought, and all Pepsi Clear. They brought me in the back of the fucking jungle, flew me in the island, and they put me in this little camp. And so I was there for like a year, and there was a lady that came down, like kind of like a health inspector from the government or whatever, however it worked, that she would come in and interview all the kids once a month. So every time she came, her name was Charity. Every time she came, they would give us meds. They would just give us fucking Ritalin and all this shit, nonstop, just prescribing us all these meds. We just sedated out there on the line. And then every time she came, excuse me, let me take a drink. Every time Charity came once a month to see me, I'd sit up there, we just sit on the table, whatever, talk. And I would, start crying, whatever, be like, please, get me out of here. And 1 second. So Charity used to come see me once a month and the other kids, and she would talk to me, how are you, whatever, and then they would report back or whatever, like, okay, this is if you need medical attention or whatever. So I'm always like, please, get me out of here, So her father is named Iakopo. Her grandfather is named Iakopo. And so we have the same name. So my name is my birth name is Jacob. Born here in America is Jacob. Samoan, Jacob is Iakopo.
Iakopo.
So when I got there, and when she saw me, and she's like, oh, you have the same name as my father, my grandfather, she felt a connection with me. And so she started to feel close in connection with me. And eventually she ended up adopting me. And then she got me out. And then get the fuck out of that. And then I got out, and then she took me into the village. And then she brought me into high school, and I went to school. I went to, all my 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade out there. 13th, it goes to 13 out there. And while I was in high school, my little hustle or whatever was, we used to beat on the lunch table. When we would eat lunch, me and the homies would beat on the lunch table and rap, And so like after lunch or whatever, we just get a little cipher going. And one day my homie was like, I gotta take you somewhere. He took me to first he took me to a little tattoo parlor. It was like a little mat and a little hut. And it was like pigs all tied up outside because people would pay to get their tattoos with pigs. So I'm like, there's pigs around, and I walk in, and the guy grabs my arm, and he just starts tattooing me. At that time I didn't even speak someone. I speak someone now, but at that time I didn't even speak. I mean, I just knew like the bad words and shit. He just started grabbing, he started tattooing me. Oh shit, okay. So he did the tattoo, and after that he took me to the club, the nightclub, and he introduced me. And so at the nightclub over there, they had like a Friday, Saturday night, instead of a DJ, they have a live band. Just playing all the top 40 music, but it's a band. Like all reggae style. Yes. So whatever it is, everything, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? They're over there rocking that reggae shit. So he invited me, he introduced me to the guy, and they brought me into the band. So now they already had like 3 or 4 singers, like 5 or 6 musicians, whatever, but they brought me in as an extra member of the band. So I was a little white kid with the little dreads and braids, doing the little raga, doing the little rap parts of the song, and they would pay me, $30-$40 a night to go out there. So as going through high school, that's kind of how I got started. It's like, I'll make a little bit of money, I'm drinking, I'm getting girls, I'm smoking. Yeah. So and then
At what age did you get your first tattoo?
that was maybe 15. Yeah, so I went home, and then my new mom, she seen that because I was out, I had to wash it, and she's like, "Oh my God, your father," and so I got that, that was cool. So Samoa showed me a lot of love, but that was kind of the beginning of a combination of like the journey and how I got connected to the music and.
I believe the Samoans, they have a dance as well. What's the name? Do you know?
Yeah. So there's a lot of dance. I mean, people over here probably know it more as like haka. Haka. But we call it in Samoa. We also call it Siva Samoa. There's a few different ones. There's Siva Afi, the fire dance.
Okay.
So we have the slap dance too. Have you seen the slap dance?
No.
So they do that, and then there's the Siva Samoa, and then there's the Siva Afi with the fire.
The slap dance, I've seen it a lot because, I go to Coachella and I go to the music festival every year they have it, right? And I go there to support. And there's a security company called IPS, and it's strictly all Samoans. Mm-hmm. And I see them when they're prepping for before the shows, getting the artists and doing the slap dance, like ha, and it's very inspirational for me, because it shows you how much united they are, and they're getting ready. Because being a security in Coachella, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's fans trying to come up, to you and certain things. So it's interesting seeing how they do it. So that coach is very well respected, man. I didn't know you had Samoan blood in you, man. That's
Samoan and then the Japanese side. Yeah. So those two things is like very, very in tune, long lasting, deep, intricate, sophisticated culture. Because I think some people, the image of like Samoa, for example, of course, Japan has a sophisticated image, like the world sees that. But Samoa, we kind of, from outside, I think a lot of people kind of maybe could look at them like, oh, they're primitive, it's third world. It's like, it's very intricate.
Yeah, I believe people leave their bikes there, and you can still have your bike there at the end of the day.
Look, I got chicken skin just thinking about it because we see them as primitive, right? But they're actually the smartest people in the world. Because look, who is the smartest person in the world? The person who discovered the boat. Like back in the day, to think that you can make a shape that's heavier than water that would just sink. But now it floats, and then
the science behind it. I mean, you need a lot of brain.
You're crazy. You're crazy. Like,
Angee, did you just devour the whole taquitos?
Oh wow,
That's
dude!
right, I did. I was hungry. I love those taquitos.
They don't feed you at home.
I told you what I'm doing. I only eat one meal a day right now, but yeah. No, that's a crazy story. I did not know that. You never really wanted to go back to find your family?
Oh, I do.
So
I do. I was just back there. Oh, to me, my family is Samoan in Samoa. To me, once my parents set me over there, I do have a respect that I always try to keep in my heart, a gratitude that I always remind myself to keep, and an honor that I try my best to keep for them. If they birthed me into this world, and they have,
it's like,
you know what I mean? They birthed me in, so
it's like anyone can be a father, but a father's the person that's there, has been there for you, and you have more appreciation towards that, than and you have that respect because he's your father, but also you have this environment.
Because you were 15, that's a pretty you're
impressionable age. That's when I just started getting that poom poom. You know what I mean? I just started, started drinking, smoking. So I started becoming a young man.
The movie Shatas?
Of course.
Oh, I love that film, man. I actually watched it when I was in prison, man. I watched it. They showed it right there. They're like, someone brought it, like, we're gonna watch Shatas. I'm like, it's about Jamaican. I watched it. I remember one of my favorite scenes when he comes into the jewelry stores and he says, "Can I get that?" He was like, "Well, do you know how much it costs? If I ask you how much it costs, I wouldn't be able to afford it, right?" And she goes, "You're right." And he comes back like, "Let me get your number, your name, and your boom boom." So I remember what you mean by boom boom.
That's dope. And then we turned it up at the Poom Poom Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
That shit was nice. It was a really nice vibe.
It was dope, man. Yeah. He got me champagne, man. Shout out to this guy, man. Shout out to Paredados, man. They always making stuff happen, man. loving it, the whole vibes, everything, man. I don't know if you know, but this theater company, Casa Cero Uno, where we're at right now, it's a nonprofit where I grew up, and it's the place that has created a lot of opportunities, giving people free acting classes, music classes, and I'm glad that you're here and you're seeing where I kind of started. It's a theater company right here that does over 13-14 productions every year.
Wow.
So I'm glad that you came right here, the spot where I grew up, and
Boyle Heights.
Right. Angee right here, she's right here holding it down, supporting, I love Angee because she always has this dope vibe,
Oh, thanks. That's what I try and do.
She's a grinder.
Oh my God! Don't even.
Hey,
put her on blast.
No filter right here.
No filter.
Hey, she's the one editing it.
Look, you see how she's about to answer for me? She's about to tell my story for
Okay,
me.
go ahead.
No.
Say it.
No, you say it.
Okay, so I was doing this live stream app. Is that what you were going to talk about?
She was getting it in like all day, just like, you want to go on my live stream? trying to eat, trying to do it. You want to go on the live stream? Are they paying? Like, is there money?
Yeah.
Where's the money?
And I told them, I said, well, they made me a host, and if I do it for 30 days straight, I think that.
She did great.
I think that.
Hey, man, she told me the same thing.
You want to get on the
I
live?
asked everybody.
She's just walking around like a.
I asked everybody.
$30, you too?
She put it in.
Yeah, come on, you're supposed to say yes.
She worked hard for that company.
Oh, I quit. I didn't do it.
Hey, I'll quit too.
And I can still hear his words ringing in my ear.
No way.
Because I was telling him how I was going to get compensated, but I wasn't going to get compensated right away. It was going to be like in 30 days.
That don't sound right.
And then he said, well, how much? And I'm like, well, people can gift you. So there's no real telling, because if you do good, like, people just send you gifts. But I said it was guaranteed $100.
Did it give you the 100?
30 hours. I didn't make it to 30 hours.
See, what a hustle right there.
These apps, man.
And he just kept saying, he was like, man, he was like, you're a hard worker. He was like,
Can you imagine if they did that at a job? Look, you go in there, work all week long, and then
but there's bonuses.
39 hours. You didn't make 40. No, we ain't paying you.
Hey,
There's
that's a
bonuses.
fucked up shit, huh?
There's bonuses along the way. People that live stream, they know what I'm talking about. But it's a hired gig, But he should go on the show with me.
Well, they probably got a lot of boosts off of
I
you.
got a lot of followers off of it, So it helped. It did help, but I didn't stick to it. But
I like this. I like this much better.
This is.
I really do. I like the art that you guys have here.
So the first guest we had was Adam Hicks, and you're second. So I'm
dope.
happy for you to come in here.
Thank you. I'm happy
being
too.
part of this. The other question I had, I was just curious about it. I never asked you, but is that your hair? Like,
I gotta get it done. It's braid now.
that looks so cool. I mean,
Actually, I was telling him, I was like, man, I gotta get my hair braided today. But I had locks for a minute. When it started getting heavy. And especially in Japan, right? Like, so in the islands, when you have locks, right, it takes a long time to dry, right? It's not like we don't have to have hair dryers and all that shit out there, right? We're right on the equator, so it's like you wash your hair, you go out in the sun, after an hour or two, because usually the long hour or two, your hair dried down. But when I moved to Japan, it's like cold. It's like kind of gray. So I wash my hair, and then it's like the whole day it's not getting dry, and I got to sit there for like 3-4 hours trying to hair dry it, blow it. And I'm like, man, I started feeling like I started feeling like, man, this ain't it. So I was like, so I cut the locks off, and then I just weaved in braids. So I just braided.
how long is your hair? I mean,
That's probably just like here. Yeah.
it's dope.
Yeah, I ain't gonna let it get longer than that.
No.
When it grows, and I cut it. Yeah, I like it about there. I don't like that shit where it's like,
Alright.
But
it's sick, man.
But if you
it's
fall-
a fashion, man.
Well, look,
You're making
it's protection.
it fashionable.
It's protection. So that way, if I fall and I hit my head, I got a little cushion on there.
There's this thing. Is it the one with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker?
Yeah.
He has
Rush Hour.
he has long hair, and he has this where he has his like knife at the end of the hair, Like you can just have it just in case someone comes near you.
Whack! Oh, hey, you know, you know what I'm saying? You traveling someplace, you're like, hey, I'll put a joint over here. You know? Toos!
No, that's fucking dope. Like, come on.
Thank you,
man,
bro.
it's sick to have you here, man. I mean, like, now, I see your Instagram, man. 2 million followers, man. I mean, dedication.
Going up, it's
you
going
know?
up, it's going up.
Dedication, a lot of, you know, I value the dedication and everything you had to put into that, you know, and it's all self-earned, man. So I give you
Thank you,
props
brother.
for that, you know.
Thank you, brother.
And keep pushing, keep you know, grinding.
Yes.
I want to talk about something that's taboo. That's something that people don't know or that has something crazy that's happened.
You know what's crazy? Taboo is a Samoan word. That's where it came from. Tapu. Kapu. It's a Hawaiian and Samoan word. It's crazy. But it means the same thing.
Same thing?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Not to be talked
Yeah.
about, like forbidden to talk
Forbidden, you're sacred.
Tapu.
Yeah. So yeah, tapu or kap, because the T and the K is interchangeable.
Okay.
So in Hawaiian they say kapu, and in Samoan they say tapu.
Okay.
But
So
that's what it means.
tell us some bad words in Samoa.
Really?
Yeah.
Ufa, kefe,
What does that
como.
Oh,
What do those mean? What did you
Ufa
call-
is if you look. I'll say this: if you hear ufa, first of all, don't ever say it.
Okay.
Do not say that word. Don't ever say it. That's why I have to do the warning first, because I don't want to be like, oh, I'm teaching you some shit, and then it goes the wrong way when you say it, because it's a really serious word in the audience. The only time that you say that is when it's not where it might go down. No. It's going
down. They're fighting words.
down.
I don't even want to say it.
Yeah, I don't even want
Have
to
you
teach
seen
you
those
too.
Samoan
Let me teach
people?
you some good.
Have you seen the Samoan people with their hands? They're so, man, more whack. That's it. You tell someone that word, I don't even want to say that word.
Yeah, no, I feel it. Yeah, I don't recommend it. I definitely don't recommend it. So, but I will just say it since you asked the question. Fuck it. Ufa and kefe are the two main ones. Ufa and kefe. So ufa is like, it's basically a you fucking asshole motherfucker. That's ufa. And then kefe is like, you know, fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Like puta la madre.
Yeah, both of those, if you ever hear that word, just get out of there quickly.
How's your Spanish?
Good to know.
Give me a year. Give me one more year. Yeah, I think we've done 3 or 4 songs now in Spanish.
No way.
Yeah, so it's so funny because first of all, it's an easier language for to pick up because it's more similar to English in a way. Like once you hear it a few times, it start to, you can see how it kind of connects. You know what I mean? But as far as musically, like I had a few songs that I just started. I just threw in like sparrows. I just threw in a couple Spanish words. Just I don't know. It would just naturally happen. You know what I'm saying? What did I say? I need your best.
Oh, you say fuego.
Just like the narrow. And I say so. There, I have a few songs that I would just. I started throwing in just a couple Spanish words because it just naturally happened, and then the sound. Like the reggaeton and the dance hall and the reggae, it's the music that I grew up close to. It's the same kind of ballpark. You know what I mean? It's very, so it just naturally happened. So I started saying a little bit of Spanish, and then I ended up doing a whole Spanish song, and then another one, and then all the, like now like these different Argentinian, Colombian artists, artists from Mexico. Hitting me up like, hey, can we do something? And so I've done like 3 or 4 songs, all in Spanish. We wrote them together, but so yeah.
That's for me. It's a very, very talented, a person that, especially that just tries to try different genres and add different words. Especially, like not you said you don't know Spanish that well, but you're actually emphasizing it in your music, man. That's total respect, man. That and also how difficult it could be as a musician. I mean. Person transitioning to that. I mean, you already have experience in in doing music and being in the studios, but it's just interesting to see the how you you cater that into your new music as well.
Yeah. So I was locked up a couple times too, and one of the times I was locked up, usually you know how it's kind of it's segregated, right? I mean, you said prison, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know. Like, it's like, well, a couple times I was locked up, right? You know, it was a
man,
thing, so I didn't really fit in.
You like the top ramens and all that? You like the maruchanes?
No. I didn't like the water that looked like milk.
Oh, hell yeah,
Right? The little those red apples. Oh, man.
Hey, the lunch bag with the peanut butter and jelly, and that jelly look, and peanut butter look all watery, like it's gonna give you chorro.
Oh my God.
Bro, look, I remember one time watching them push the tray. They pushed a tray and they had some of the bags on it with the food inside. And I swear to you that I saw on the bag, it said, not for human consumption.
Oh my God.
On the bag.
I believe you,
That's
man.
Man, I was like, man, it ain't like the Spitz over there. I'm
No,
sorry.
man, and right before I got released, man, they're already implicating where they're gonna start doing, instead of milk cartons, they're doing powder milk. So it's like you get powder milk and you have to put water and you shake it. Oh my God, the worstest, nastiest thing you can taste. I mean, I give mad respects to the people, you know, that you have people that are doing life here.
Oh, man.
And they have to go through that daily. So I'm glad that we're out and we're grinding. You know, we're grinding, we're shining, and it shows the people out there that, you know, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter. You know, it's not how you start in life. It's how you finish it. And if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you at all. So I've seen that in you. And if there's something that you can tell the youth out there that are like inspiring musicians that see you doing your work, like what's something you can give them as advice when they're struggling and like that made it easier, helped you out in your career, you know?
It's a big question. I don't know exactly how I'll answer it, but
That's why we put you
I
on
would
the
say,
spotlight.
yeah, you know, it's okay. But I would say, you know, for me, because I would just say from my, like, what I have decided what has worked for me. You know what I'm saying? Because different things work for everybody in their cases and situations. Everybody's different. But for me is I personally found a relationship with the creator and look and study and try to find a way to be close with the Holy Spirit. Know that we have angels that we can call on and they'll move for us. And there is no real opposition, you know? And it's not about the destiny, it's about the process. Because there's no ending. Like if you go, my goal is to get number one. As soon as you get to number one, you're going back down. Mm-hmm. There's never a time where it's like, oh, I'm here, right? Like a lot of successful people that I know, it's like to me, my inside, deep down in my inside, and deep in my, you know, in my heart and in my mind, the most beautiful thing to me is family. When I see, you know what I'm saying? A family,
sacred, yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So everything else, we already have what we need, that we just need to protect that. Mm-hmm. There's nothing else to get, you know what I'm saying, protect your family, but at the same time, sometimes that could be used against you. Like the thing that you love the most can be used against you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So just being able to find, there's no like, oh, this is the way or like that. It's like the spirit will let you know if it's, you know what I'm saying, if it's right or not.
Intuition.
Yeah, intuition.
That's good that you pay attention to that inner voice.
Charlie's been with me a few times at the studio and around me in life, so he's seen it like a few times right offhand. It's like most of the moves that I make, the way that I create, it's not based on an analytical brain. It's not based on intellect. It's based on vibes. A combination of vibes, energy. Of course, there's the wisdom of the experience that I have, but it's like something just moves you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the difference from a human. Like, just to kind of put it like that, there's like human, real life, because it has a soul, and then AI that just has the intellect, right? You could tell the AI, oh, it's gonna ride you up this thing, but the soul, it can't bring the soul into it. Yeah. Oh, write me, make this. It's not gonna be the same. So you gotta have the soul and the. Yeah.
We asked ChatGPT to name the show. And we didn't like any of the names that I came up with.
Wait, what?
We asked a chat GBT to.
Oh, really? Yeah. See, they doesn't have soul.
Yeah.
So the soul is. The soul
You're
is.
using AI. You're
Right?
AI. You're
Try it.
Yeah, you say that as much as
Well,
I can.
Post Malone, he came up with his name off of an artist auto generator named Generator.
no.
Yeah, you never know. It's worth trying, but when you hear it, if you're like, damn, okay, that works. But yeah, Post Malone got his shit off of there. Like he's doing good. But I like the name that you guys ended up choosing instead.
La Cena.
And I like the concept too.
Yeah, and when we're deciding about it, right? We had ChatGPT. What's it?
Yeah, ChatGPT.
Yeah, and they gave us different answers, and then we're like, man, we gotta find something we're doing, and we just started discussing as human. You said like as soul to soul, Instead of asking something, we started talking. And we're like, what about this? What about this? What this? And at one point, she just said something. She said, Cena Cinema Talks. I'm like, wait, what? Let's do it. We googled it.
Well, because we
not
want to
taken.
eat, when
It wasn't taken. And we wanted to make it, we're eating food, La Cena, which means the dinner, and cinema talks, like we talk about, stuff
That's
that
a
has to
good
do with
one.
cinema, stuff that has to do with music. I mean,
Yeah, and
all
it's
that.
like friends sharing food, just really kind of being real and raw. And
Have you tried the falafel?
No,
Wanna try
I
one?
don't really like falafel.
Oh, it's healthy.
Look, see, the thing is, I seen that, and I knew there was gonna be a little bit of a struggle because I know the game with this stuff. So the falafels is great, but it's very dry.
What about the sauce?
So what you got to do is really, I was gonna offer, but so what you really got to do with falafels is you got to mix it with all this stuff with a lot of sauce. Here, look at this. Since you're done already, right?
Yeah.
But at least, so what you got to do is you got to mix the falafel with the Mediterranean plate, with the sauce, and then it's like, because it can be very dry.
Okay.
So you mix it all in there. And
Do
then
you eat a lot of Mediterranean food?
I would say
Try it,
maybe
try it with the sauce.
once or two. I mean, at least one, right? At least one bite. But and then there, you want to what do you call it? One of these two?
What?
Extra olive.
Extra olives. That was a.
You want to try it?
Let's try it.
I thought you brought extra.
Here, look, I'm
you have
about-
some in your pocket?
How you want to do it? You want to try to get it on there? Okay, yeah.
Let's try it. So you try
Let's
it
see.
both. Let's see it.
Yeah, I mean it'll help. Yeah, I mean it'll be a little bit better, right?
This spicy sauce.
Oh, is it really spicy? My bad.
No, it's good though.
Let me see.
Johnny, you don't do spice? Yeah, that's why Mediterranean food is so good. It's so flavorful.
But you really gotta have the sauce.
Yeah.
Oh look,
The sauce does everything.
the salt, the olives, and the pickles. You mix that all together, and then it makes it so where it's not dry. And it's like, okay, nice.
Just remember, whenever you eat Mediterranean food, always add extra olives and extra pickles.
And extra
You're
sauce.
picking it up.
Yeah, pretty soon we're gonna have to make a deal with Spitz.
I know, right?
I know.
But it's dope, man. Man, that's crazy, man. All this stuff you've been through, man. Being kidnapped, to, doing music, to like succeeding in the music industry, very proud of you, man. Like,
Thank you, brother. I'm proud of you too.
Yeah.
and then your fashion on point,
Thank you. Shout out to Duckies.
And then what up? You're married, single, not disclosing. I mean,
Let me make this real nice. Plural.
plural. Okay.
You're a pro.
Okay.
I'm plural.
Whatever plural means, Which can mean a lot of things,
It means something good. Multiple good things, all at the same time.
Lots of love.
The best.
Now, do you know if you have any family members, brothers, sisters out there?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
In Samoa, we have about 14.
14. Wow.
And they're out here in the States, from my birth mom and dad, I have 4 brothers and a sister.
And the tattoos all were all these tattoos.
Most of my tattoos were all done in Samoa. When I did get out here I did a little bit in Miami. I used to live in Miami. When I first got out here to Cali, about 2018 or something, this tattoo shop and this very, very special tattoo artist. He owns a tattoo shop in San Diego called Island Tat. And he actually did the tribal tattoo of the king of Hawaii, like his face and everything.
Oh, wow.
His name is, they call it the Kingdom of Atui. So, the Kingdom of Atui.
Atui.
Yeah. So that's actually the name that's recognized in the United Nations as a completely independent sovereign state and kingdom. So,
Wow.
So it's hard to get the Hawaiian people to get behind him because there's a lot of different complexities to the situation in Hawaii, because you have the sovereigns in Hawaii that they want to be sovereign, but then they also need the protection from America. So that creates it's hard for us to find a way to agree, because one side wants to be independent and keep to the traditions, but the other side wants the big trucks and the military and all that stuff. And both sides have a point.
Yeah.
So we haven't been able to really.
I think something happened there recently.
Yeah, my island in Maui.
I sent my love over there.
Yeah.
Everybody out there that, I know there's a fire. What was it?
Yeah. So there's a big fire in Lahaina. So in the west side of Maui, where that's my island out there. Like, it was, my homies.
Yeah, I heard
brothers.
everything was destroyed.
Just gone. So it's a big thing, and my people is calling me and they're asking me to help and different stuff. And the main program director from Q103, a big radio station out there, called me just a couple weeks ago. So I'm gonna do some more what I can do to just contribute as well. But it was a very very peculiar incident, because
Right.
they so the fire started, and then there's basically kind of like two ways out, but there's basically one way out, like of the town, because it's just like imagine if it was kind of like shaped like a bowl, like similar to a bowl, right? The island's like like that, right? So like Lahaina is right here. So you could go all the way around, but it's like rugged as hell to try to get through. But then the main way to get out is like this one road. So as everybody's trying to get out, you have to go under one tunnel and one way out.
Oh no.
And they're all leaving. And the police stopped, made a roadblock, and blocked them. And when you look and you see, it's just thousands of cars with their doors open and just everything burned and scorched, just and just they were all trying to find their way out, and the police made a block and blocked them all in. Yeah, it's crazy. And they're saying, you can look up, but it was a real thing.
And also with your music, talking about these situations about like what's happening in Hawaii and other stuff. Do you try to implicate like stuff that happens within the world, or am I missing something that I didn't see that you have out there already challenging? There's some artists that always like to bring something that's relevant, that's happening with the world. I mean, is there stuff that you like to do like that, also implicating your music?
Good word. I like the word that you said, like. Do I like to do it? Not really.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I say that is because it starts to put everything in a way that you're setting people up to perceive it. Like, let's just get it in. I don't give a fuck. I'll give you an example, like Black Lives Matter. Like a situation is created, but the solution and the answer was already there. They already have the situation there for you. So it's like, okay, the situation happens with George Floyd. Well, if you don't get behind this, then you don't care about black people. There is no black people. There's just people. There's just people. That's it. It's the same. It's just
The human race, which is people.
Yeah. It's just people. There's just people. There's nothing more, nothing less. We're all people. We're all have the same DNA. I mean, it's a ridiculous conversation to think that like, oh, I'm this or that. So what I mean in more detail is there's a situation that is wrong that happens. We all agree that it's wrong. But the solution was already prepared from the guys up above pulling the strings like little what do you call the Pinocchio? You know, they're up there. That are controlling everything. So
I call them Big Brother.
Okay.
Why the Big Brother watching?
So it's like, look, we're gonna use this situation to divide the people. Look,
and I feel like they always use it. There's something happens, something they always use it to their policies. Oh, well, this is going on. Well, we gotta do this now, or this happened. We gotta do this now. You know,
and if you don't do this, then you don't care about all of us. But no, so I kind of feel like as far as like dealing with certain big topics like that and stuff, I don't really like to do it because it creates division. Not because my intention is to create division, but because people are so brainwashed as red and blue, right and wrong, left and right, that most of the human mind is programmed by the words and by the media and by the other people's opinions. Like most of the thoughts that we have as humans are not our own thoughts. Most of the things that we actually think are ours are not ours. Like look at this. Look, I want you to look at this word right here. You see it on the camera? Now I want you to say it in your head. Now let's quiet and say it. And can you say it again in your head? You heard it? Whose voice is that?
Mine. It's interesting that you say that. I mean, yeah, it's like you're saying it in your mind. It's like it's flowing through your mind. It's flowing through your head. Like it's being said. Yeah.
So you know, like the things that people think, they're just programmed to think that way, and they're ready to die for it. I'm
glad you don't think like my business partner. I think we're half aliens, man.
He is. I believe. I think he is actually an alien.
So I would love to hear just a little synopsis of what is he talking about?
Oh no, he just says we're half breeds and half aliens when he starts talking about certain things.
Could be because
when a lot of people when people are speaking, I'd rather them speak sober than speaking, you know.
Right.
No. It's hard to understand.
It's hard to dissect what's going on. Yeah.
But shout out to my business partner out there. Not giving up his name. I want people to steal my business.
Well, that's what he's talking about. That's what is encoded in the books. So you got the books like the Emerald Tablet. Have you heard of that? Bro, it's the oldest, most craziest, like the Emerald Tablet of Thoth. Have you heard of that? Have you heard of it? Bro, I'm telling you, this is the oldest magic thing that you could ever find. This is before religion. Before religion, it was magic. Okay? That's why in the Bible, when you open it up, this is all, it's all recycled. And what do you call it when somebody steals?
Plagiarized?
Yeah, it's all stolen information that was plagiarized and then manipulated and changed
in their own way.
Yeah, to make it in different ways. But the code is still inside there, but it's broken. Like there's little parts where it doesn't give you the whole story. But when you open the Bible, and the first thing that it said, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God." It's just an interesting statement. It's very interesting to think, just like the voice that you heard in your head without you actually using your voice. So that means, do you have two voices? Or what is it? Where is that voice coming from? How are you hearing it speak without ears? You're hearing your voice with different ears than these ones. How does that make sense? You know what I mean? So we're programmed to think and perceive the world in a way that is not beneficial to us. So that's kind of how I think.
That's going way deep.
They're really deep.
And yeah, I mean, we for sure could go down a rabbit hole on that. But
we went down a little rabbit hole last night on the 48 Laws of Power. You heard of that?
No.
Oh, really? Yeah. We went down a
that's
little
a
rabbit.
book, isn't it?
It is a book.
The Alchemist. Have you read The Alchemist?
Oh yeah. So that's so alchemy. So magic and alchemy. That's kind of the basis of like words is magic, and that's why when you write down a word, they call it spelling because it's a spell.
Yeah, that makes it real.
Yeah.
We put it into a different format other than audio.
Actually, we should write it down. Like, look, we're gonna get $1 million this year,
That
and
makes
then
sense.
Manifestation, no?
writing it down, it brings it into
A
Yeah.
new dimension.
And also
That's
like
a good
not having
idea,
doubt,
too.
right? I feel like in my career, when I put a lot of doubt in my career, I mean my career, I didn't have no doubts. I came in like fire, you know?
Yeah, like a god.
Yeah. And I feel everything came with me. And the minute you start having doubts, it's like stuff starts coming apart, and it's you calling it, you asking for it. And have you ever been in the radio and you're like, imagine this song pops out, boom, and that song pops out right there when you're hearing it, asking for it. I mean, imagine. You start saying, imagine this person pulls up and then that person's right there. It's like today, this morning, I'm like,
It's all the same shit. What are you talking about?
it's like today, I told my dad, I have a feeling my uncle, my aunt are gonna be in the restaurant we're gonna go eat. Like, just fucking around. And boom, they're there. You know?
Again,
It's like manifestation, the wanting, the believing,
synchronicity.
the which is weird to me sometimes to understand that, because I'm be like, what just happened? Like, you know, like,
Because it's a combination. There's one aspect that's manifestating. There's another aspect that is attracting. There's another aspect that is vibrating and resonating. And there's another aspect that you're foreseeing. So it's like a combination of all of those things at once. And how do you define it? That's why a lot of times I don't choose to deal with my music in that way directly, because it's making it too narrow. It's making it too
and then only that,
easy for people to look at it from one
and
perspective.
in some way, now that you have me thinking, I feel like it's taking advantage also of what people are going through and using it for your advantage in some way too. No,
Yeah.
It sound like I got the answers. I'd rather just put what I try to do with my music. I try to put a vibration with little codes inside and little shit to just stick, but you don't feel like you're being force-fed something. You don't feel like it's just happening and you're just receiving it. Yeah. As soon as I start to be like, I got a message for you, and you start to get into your analytical brain. I try to keep people in a sedative, seductive, meditative, hypnotic zone.
Yeah.
You know?
That's interesting, man. Well, thank you for coming here. I appreciate you, man. This is La Cena Cinema Talks. I'm with Johnny Ortiz.
Iakopo, yes, sir.
Angelica.
And shout out to Paredados out there.
My
And shout out
G.
to Willie,
Willie,
for cinematographer,
cameraman.
man, killing it, man.
Shout out to Spitz Restaurant.
Spitz, we love you. Your Mediterranean platter is on point. If you get the falafel, make sure you get extra olives, pickles, and a sauce.
And tell them where they can follow you as well.
Follow me on Instagram. It's Iakopo Music, IAKOPO Music. Check out my new single, Roll It. It's popping right now. Stay tuned with the family. Keep watching. I want to give a big shout out to Fado Paredados and my bro Dago Ducats. Shout out to brand Ducats from San Diego. We love you. Johnny Ortiz, my lady Angee. We over here in Boyle Heights showing love to the community. Let's keep it together. Keep watching. Stay tuned and be blessed.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
And I love these glasses, man.
All right, try them on one more time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment below, ask Iakopo any questions. He'll be reading the comments. So
Yeah, give me some. Give me some.
Yeah.
Here we go. Look.
See you guys later.
All
The
right.
next one. Hope you enjoyed dinner with us.